Hello, I'm Jessica Amir for the Finance News Network. With me today from Prospect Resources is Managing Director Sam Hosack. Hi Sam, and welcome to the network.
Hi Jessica.
So first up, for those who are unfamiliar, just give us an introduction to Prospect Resources.
Prospect is an ASX listed lithium and battery minerals company, and we're focused in and around Zimbabwe. We're particularly excited about the massive pegmatites hosted in this region, as typified by our cornerstone Arcadia project just outside Harare. We have a fantastic strategic offtake partner who is currently dominating the petlite market, and we have tremendous government support. We have a diversified product streams that expose us to the EV and battery minerals sector, but also are securely underpinned by the glass and ceramics sector.
Thanks, Sam. So just before we talk about your projects, maybe we can just pause for a second on where you're based, Zimbabwe. Is it supportive, and how supportive is it of projects such as yours?
We've managed to secure what's called national project status, so we're a project of national significance. And we're currently expecting our application on special economic zone to be reported on. So special economic zone is an incentive process driven by the government of Zimbabwe, which allows projects like ours to operate independently, and there's a raft of benefits that we stand to pass on to our shareholders.
So now let's dive into the project, your Arcadia lithium project. Tell us about the size of the resource.
The resource is a 43 million tonne resource, grading 1.41% lithium, and it's predominantly hosted with spodumene and petlite. So spodumene and petlite are both lithium-bearing concentrates that we'll produce and export. Spodumene is fairly well understood with its production in Australia and predominant exposure to the EV and energy storage. Petlite, however, is really where we see our competitive advantage. Not many operations, in fact, barely a handful, produce both petlite and spodumene, and the demand for glass and ceramics industry is around 30% of global lithium consumption. And in particular, in our case, we have a very low iron content, which attracts a premium. So we're looking to leverage that and ride the stability of the glass and ceramics industry, whilst we hope to expose ourselves to the upside of the EV and energy storage sector.
And what are the project economics?
We drove the DFS through its phases, and the outcomes in summary form were a net present value of $511 million and a capital requirement of $165 million, which will take the project through development to cash flow positive. The development period is 18 months, and that should take us through the production and ramp up to cash flow positive by the end of 2020. The return on investment, or the payback period, is 2.5 years from cash flow positive, and it's strongly underpinned by an EBITDA, or an earnings before interest and tax deductions, of $106 million per year. In addition to the DFS highlights, this positions Prospect in the lowest cash quartile, both for capex and in operating costs, which, alongside our diverse offtake and market presentation, we feel positions us very strongly for a turbulent lithium market.
And can you tell us what's currently taking place?
Look, our focus at the moment is on raising the capital requirements for the project and the development cycle. And we're engaged with multiple parties and at multiple levels of progression. And our focus is to be ready on the point that we're fully funded to push into development and ramp up to production. We have a raft of experience within our management team, both in bringing small projects and large infrastructure projects online. We'd like to leverage that. We have a really robust development plan and early production operational readiness. So for us, the focus right now is to deliver on the funding requirements of the project and immediately traffic straight through the development process. And our offtake partner, Sinomine, through their subsidiary Dongpeng, are the largest converters of petlite product, and therefore we feel really confident about converting all of these strategies into a final plan.
Now, can you give us a comment about your share price over the past 12 months?
Yeah, certainly in the last 12 months we've seen lots of volatility in the lithium production space. And we see that as congestion primarily in the spodumene production space, would like to see ourselves as unique in the sense that we're going to try and leverage the petalite space, try and establish ourselves as an emerging producer that can leverage all the upside that's offered from the glass and ceramics industry. With our market cap in the 40 million range and an NPV north of $500 million US, we see tremendous upside on our share. And we're focused on capturing that and passing it on to our shareholders through the financing and developing of this project.
Wonderful. We're looking forward to seeing you grow. Thanks so much for sharing your story, Sam Hosack.
Thank you, Jessica.